Howdy folks, welcome back to Cray Outdoors. Today we are in Jupiter, Florida. Right now we're checking out a spillway, and we're just going to be hanging out in the Jupiter area today, seeing what we can see, scoping out fishing spots, and seeing what we can catch. Check it out, fishing permitted outside fenced area, guys. We have found a spillway and it looks very decent. I am excited to fish this. Check it out, guys. There's fish swimming absolutely all over the place. They're jumping everywhere. I am excited. All kinds of fish right here. Got a bunch of fish right there, and then right over here swimming. I can't find them on the camera now. Maybe I'm getting them on the camera, I don't know. It's hard to see the screen in the light, but there's a couple gar swimming around amongst all these other things. I think those are saltwater fish there. I don't know, man. This place is loaded with fish. I'm excited. Those are definitely spotted gar right there. Sweet. Alrighty, folks. Well, we made it to the spillway. We're gonna try here first. And then later, maybe we'll try down under the bridge. They both look like good spots. There's lots of fish swimming around in both spots. And well, we'll see how we do here. The one interesting thing will be if I do hook a big fish here, I don't really know how I'm going to bring it up the wall. Yeah, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Set a gar, grab it, you let go. Man, gars love twister tails. He realized it was fake and let it go. He didn't grab it all the way down to the hook. He just grabbed the very end of it. Alright, I'm getting frustrated not catching anything at the spillway, so desperate times, desperate measures. Thought I saw a snook in here earlier. He is getting down here without getting bitten by a venomous snake. And without spooking the fish. Are you kidding me? I got stuck on fishing line. There's effing fishing line down there. Fishing line just makes it impossible to get a good cast. I get stuck on it every time. This plan fails. One more gar. Final attempt. It's a big one. Alrighty folks, well, I think we're going to call it quits here at the spillway. We gave it a good couple hours, and we had one gar. We had one gar tap our twister tail for a second. That was it. Pretty darn slow fishing out here. But, you know, it's still the dry season, and right now there's no water flowing. I mean, the reason why spillways are good fishing is there's that oxygenated water from, you know, the water going over the spillway. So when there's no water going over, there's nothing to draw the fish in. And, yeah, fishing's pretty darn slow. I think we'll fish the spot again, but we're going to wait a month. Well, spot number 2 of the day. Unfortunately, the bait shop's out of shrimp, so we've just got artificials and the frozen bait that we brought today. Spot number 2 here is Sailfish Bay Park, I think this place is called. I missed a fish here a couple weeks ago, but right now it's super low tide, so my confidence is not very high at the moment. Big stingray. Big stingray. Beautiful. Hope you can see that thing on the camera. Alrighty, well, first 2 spots were a bust. Hopefully this spot isn't a bust. It's low tide, so it's possible to wade fish this area and cast along these mangroves and hopefully catch a fish. That's the plan. I'm not a huge fan of this whole not being able to see where you're stepping gig that we're doing at the moment. It's our first fish of the day. Besides that gar, as the snook came out and slammed it. This time. Whew. Wasn't getting away the second time. Fooled me once. Fooled me twice, nope. Alright, he just bit through the line right there at the very last second. So, let's grab our forceps and try and get that hook out. Ooh, that second time he guzzled it. Cool. Just before the gills, looks like. Cool. He should be fine. Awesome. Alrighty, Mr. Snooky Snook. Oh, dang it, you just stabbed me good. Ooh, he just stabbed me good. Alright, he got some revenge. On the right hand, too. Alright, Mr. Snooky Snook. I'll let you go. Ow. Ooh. Ooh. That's probably the worst I think a fin has potentially ever penetrated me. Right in the middle of the hand. Ah, that penetrated me. That's honestly, I think, the worst a fish has ever stabbed me. You know, with bass, when you get that grip on them, they can't move. So I just guess I thought snook were the same way. I assumed it was like a bass when you get when you grab it by the lips, it sort of paralyzes them. But obviously that's not the case with snooks. They still flop. So yeah, be careful. Alrighty folks, well, I'm ready to call it quits at this spot. We're finally on the board. We caught a fish, came at a price. My shorts are soaked. I got stabbed in the hand all the way to the bone from that snook's dorsal fin. But at least we caught a snook, caught a fish. I washed off the skunkin'. And yeah, I forget what this park is even called, but I think this is the last path. There might be one more path down there, but I'm sick of trudging through the mud there. I was hoping it'd be a sandy bottom. It was like a muck bottom. Almost lost a sandal. It was a rough experience in there, but at least we caught a fish. Alrighty, well, we are at the final spot of the day. This is the Jupiter Inlet, where the Loxahatchee River meets the Atlantic Ocean. And we're going to give it a shot. As you can see, the tide is coming in hardcore. I was expecting that. Nobody else is fishing this whole jetty until the very, 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 very end. And the guys down there said that they're not catching anything, but they saw some tarpon roll. So we'll maybe try down there at the end. Right now, I do want to try this spot right here, since it's open. There is a tiny bit of a current break right here, so lots of fish like to hang out in this area. I'm not really targeting anything specific. I'm just going to throw a little piece of shrimp out there and try and catch anything, man. I want to actually try and do some multi-species fishing today. I do see lots of fish rolling around in there. Here's the rig I just made up. Let's see if it catches fish. This is basically a combination of a Western New York, or an upstate New York catfish rig, and a Florida pompano rig. Let's see if it catches anything. We're not casting far, we're just getting it right in that current break. I'm going to get it just far enough to not get stuck in the rocks. Perfect. I got a bite. But that didn't take long. I definitely got a bite. Didn't take long at all. I got a fish too. Oh, it came off. Dang it. Oh man. Got a fish in 2 seconds, so that's a good sign. Seemed pretty small, but I'll take anything. Alright, rig's back out there. See how long it takes to get a bite. Before it took 2 seconds. Something's biting again. Little fish are biting. You can see when it goes twitch, 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 it's definitely a fish. Aw, man, we lost our weight. Got one finally? Hard to tell that weight. No, I missed him again. Dang it. They're robbing me, man. I'm about to run out of shrimp. I'm just going to start holding the rod. Try to see if we can catch him that way. There he goes. Biting, biting. Missed it again. Alright, well, now we've got left is some cut bait, so we're just free waiting that piece of mullet tail. And the fish indeed are eating it. Got a fish. I don't know what it is. Cool. Well, we caught something. I'm guessing it's like a snapper or something. I don't know. I'm happy though. It's a new species for the list, whatever you are. I think that's what I'm going to spend the rest of the day doing, just catching these little fish, getting new species on the list, using those frozen mullet that I have as cut bait. Quick picture. Picture for later identification. And the question is, do I want to keep the thing and throw it back out as bait? Again, I don't know what's illegal bait fish and what's not, so I'm just going to throw this little guy back. Take my bait back too. See you, little buddy. I finally figured these things out. This is a different one? No, this is the same one as before. Another one of those things. This one might be a different one. It's a little more colorful. Catching new species, whatever they are. I was messing with those big giant bullet weights, and I guess that wasn't completely necessary. I am tempted to, I don't know, one of these times, next fish I catch that's small and ugly, you can take one cast with it. I see some bigger fish chasing stuff around. Might even be shark. See you, buddy. Well, we solved the mystery of what took all our shrimp. Just these little snapper things. Alright. Nothing ate you. I'm putting you back. Not torturing you for now. See you, buddy. Well, we're having fun catching those little fish, but I'm ready to target big fish. So we've got the same rig, just beefed up a little, and we're going to throw on a whole frozen mullet. Pretty sunset and even prettier moonrise. Look at that moon. Gorgeous. Well, moon's gorgeous and the sunset's gorgeous, but fishing was pretty darn slow today. We're officially calling it quits. Alrighty folks, well, thanks for watching. I know I've got a mess back here in my car, but we did break in the surf pier fishing rod today, so just on some little junk, but hey, at least it was something. Lost a lot of tackle there on this thing. I don't know how to do saltwater bait fishing rigs yet. That's something I definitely need to study more. I studied them in the beginning when I first got here, and now I don't remember what to do. And yeah, I kept breaking off on rocks and stuff. So I feel like there's a way to rig it to make it where you don't break off as much, but we'll figure it out. I also obviously just don't have that local knowledge of where the fish are when, but we're learning. At least we caught one snook today. It was a rough day of fishing today, but we caught one decent fish and added a couple of new species with those little snapper things. So I enjoyed it. We explored a bunch of new spots. That's always fun. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.